She touted her skills as a strong leader in a scary world during Saturday's Democratic debate. But Republicans believe that Hillary Clinton's record as Secretary of State makes her vulnerable in the aftermath of the terror attacks in Paris, and that she deserves scrutiny because she was the face of the administration's foreign policy as President Obama's top diplomat. Here's Hillary in Iowa yesterday.
The attacks in Paris, as I said last night at the debate, are a sobering reminder of the challenges and the threats that we face and the importance of American leadership. This is a worldwide fight. As I said, I know America has to lead it, but we cannot and should not do it alone.
You know, as far as strategy goes, Harris, I think Republicans might want to move away from the emails just a little bit and start talking about Libya. Bring Libya center stage, because in her book, Hard Choices, she takes full ownership of Libya. She says that it was her idea to go in and topple Gaddafi. I mean, she owns that situation that created that vacuum for ISIS really to use as a terrorist breeding ground and training camp. And I think that Republicans should press her harder on Libya, especially now.
Well, and certainly for Boko Haram to fill that void, and then Boko Haram most recently pledging allegiance to ISIS, and so now all those scorpions are nesting together. You know what? It's fair, I think, to comment on both. I'd like to see the Republicans or whomever the critics are, if they think they have an argument, make them both. To pick one or the other, I think, is probably not in their best interest if they want to keep this conversation going against an opponent who looks very likely to be the next Democratic nominee, if that's really the road they want to go down. I have a lot of questions about how Libya was handled, and particularly Benghazi, and what we're looking at now with terrorists reaching out across 9 countries with ISIS, so on and so forth, and what she would be doing differently.
Yeah, I mean, the last debate, not the one this past Saturday, John, but the first one, Hillary Clinton claimed that Libya was stable. I mean, the things that she has said have gotten her in some hot water here. Not just with respect to Benghazi, but everything. She's calling for 65,000 refugees. She won't say that ISIS is a war or we're fighting Islamic terrorism. I mean, she's got a lot of Achilles heels here.
Potentially. Now that the debate has turned toward national security and international terrorism here in the 2016 election, now reminding you that there's still a year before people actually vote, she may be more vulnerable than she was. It'll be interesting to see how far away from President Obama she distances herself. She was on the record just the other day is saying, no, it's not contained. We need to destroy ISIS. That's contradictory to what the president said. But she also has to be careful that she doesn't ice the president out, because if she hopes to become president, she needs what's left of the Obama coalition to get behind her.
But you know what she said that contradicted that? She said, when talking about leading on the ground in Syria, she said, I don't think that the U.S. has the bulk of the responsibility. I put that on Assad and the Iraqis and the region itself. She wants Assad to lead? I mean, that puts her in direct conflict with the president. I would have said, when did you start to dramatically disagree with the president's approach, and what have you done about it?
Not even that. And align yourself with Vladimir Putin, who says, leave Assad in power and let's all unite to take out ISIS.
What I thought was really interesting is for that press conference with President Obama yesterday, we learned that even the mainstream media is questioning whether he underestimated ISIS's influence and power, correct? I mean, that was a big change. I mean, they pressured him. When are we going to get those B words? I think that we rolled that soundbite, so I can't get myself in trouble by saying that. But when Hillary Clinton at the Democratic debate Saturday night was asked specifically, do you think that the president underestimated the threat of ISIS? She completely dodged the question. Harris, I know you watched every word, and Tony took notes on it. She said, what the president has consistently said, and this is her quote, which I agree with, is that we will support those who take the fight to ISIS. That was a no comment.
Maybe she was confused. We hear that she gets confused nowadays a lot.